Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to normal today. I've got my setup back and today's going to be a normal video. No depressing talk, no talk about the late Bray Wyatt. Today is about the greatest wrestling show of all time, apparently. Apparently this is what they called it, this is what they proclaimed it to be. And I gave them a fair chance. The best thing to come out of this show was off screen. CM Punk and Jack Perry got into a brawl backstage, and the dirt sheets are reporting backstage physical altercation because they don't want bad press for AEW. But end of the day, a fight's a fight. It is most likely a shit fight from the reports we're hearing, but a fight's a fight. Now, I'm not going to sit here and give a full review of AEW All In because I ain't got time for that. What I will say is AEW, I gave AEW a fair chance. I did. I gave them a fair chance. I watched it from an unbiased mindset because obviously what happened last week, I was just trying to be fair, trying to give them a bit of leeway. And they disappointed me heavily. It was a glorified house show. It was like an extra 2 hours of Dynamite. That's all it was. Was AEW All In a good show? No. No, it wasn't. I wasted 4 hours of my life watching that shit. And the only thing to come out that was good was the backstage brawl between CM Punk and Jack Perry, which I will get into. Now, there's two things I want to talk about that happened on screen. Both that happened on the pre-show. Grado appeared at AEW All In on the 0 hour buy-in pre-show. And people said to me last week, "You don't understand how popular Grado is in the UK." Really? I swear I live in the UK. I could have sworn I lived here, unless there's a different UK. Am I living in an alternate dimension? Fucking ridiculous. So, everyone told me that Grado would get the biggest pop in wrestling history. Everyone would be singing Like a Prayer by Madonna. And everyone in the UK knows Grado, apparently. So we got Grado. He came out to Big Show's music. You did not even get his Madonna theme. 2. I've heard big pops, okay? I've heard big pops of tens of thousands of people, okay? Everyone said 80,000 people will be screaming for Grado. Now, in all fairness, not everyone would have been in the stadium because it was the buy-in, but there was a hell of a lot of people in there during that time. And he got the pop of between 500 to 2,000 people that knew who Grado was. Okay? And I was right. I was right. He came out with his singlet and his hat and his fanny pack. And again, I have nothing personal against Grado. I can imagine he's a very nice guy. But he's an indie guy. And there's a reason for that. He's a comedy indie guy that unfortunately does not belong on a stage like that. Okay? If anyone could perform in front of 80,000 people on a wrestling show, I'd be a professional wrestler. Okay, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. Why am I not a professional wrestler? Because I know I don't have the look. I don't have the height, the build. I don't have these things. And yes, there's small wrestlers out there, but they're chiseled. They make up for it with athletic ability. I do not have any of that, okay? That is why I'm not a professional wrestler. Now, I could have trained to be a professional wrestler and do what Grado does with the few punches and whatnot, but I didn't, because I don't have the look. I'd be laughed out the building. So apparently, everyone in the UK doesn't know who Grado is. He was on Two Doors Down, a BBC show. Yeah, sure. No one knew who he was. I was right. again. Now jumping over to the second thing, Simon Miller. Simon Miller made his way onto the All In pre-show. Now, a lot of people are shitting on this. I'm very happy for Simon Miller. I am. I don't like What Culture, but I like Simon Miller. It could not have happened to a nicer guy. Honestly, Simon Miller, nothing negative to say about him. The only negative thing I have to say about Simon Miller is he's too positive. Okay, but he is a trained professional wrestler. He is. He works on the indies sometimes, and he is a trained professional wrestler. And he was an extra as a bodyguard, and that's what extras are. Trained professional wrestlers. Simon Miller is one. He's put the work in, and he got rewarded last night. So yeah, congratulations to Simon Miller. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, and I'm happy for him. Now we delve into the meat of the matter. CM Punk and Jack Perry got into a fight before the show started, before CM Punk's match. Now, there's two reports coming out. One side says that Jack Perry got into Punk's face and bumped him, which then Punk pushed him, and then Jack Perry came at Punk to attack him, but Punk got him into a sleeper hold. That's one story. The second is that Punk simply just got Perry into a fucking headlock for no reason. Now, the first story sounds the most realistic here. It does. It does. I don't like either man, but why is CM Punk just randomly going to get someone into a headlock for no reason? The story behind all this is that Jack Perry wanted to use real glass in a segment a couple of weeks ago on Collision. CM Punk said no. You have to be a fucking idiot to use real glass. Jack Perry didn't like that, so Jack Perry started on CM Punk last night, and CM Punk finished him off. Again, I don't like either man, but I've got to be fair. I believe the first story, even though Miro says it's bullshit. I do believe the first story, and fire Jack Perry. That's all I can say at this point. Fire Jack Perry. Okay, you can't have this shit. Tony Khan needs to be a fucking boss, and he needs to fire Jack Perry. Jack Perry's not a star. Jack Perry is he's Luke Perry's son. That's all he's got going for him. And he's starting fights with someone who's supposed to be the biggest draw in the company. Fire this man. Fire him. He wants to use real glass. He gets told no, so he starts a fight. Fire Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Now that's out the way. You all know the score. The goal, 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours to get me in the Stage 1 YouTube Partnership Program of monetization. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, share to your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.